welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I'm going to make a Christmas grapevine wreath for our daughter Candace. And I will take it over to her on Thanksgiving Day. And this was a little idea that she had probably from looking on Pinterest or Google Images or something like that. But she said, Mom, I just want a grapevine wreath with lamb's ear and red berries with a red and black buffalo check bow. And I'm like, okay, I can do that, I think. So she kind of showed me a picture of what she was looking for. And so I went out today and I got myself a grapevine form, the only one that Hobby Lobby had. I am not even kidding you. This is the only one they had, and this is going to be a pretty big wreath because this is the only one they had. So I got what they had, and it was, where's my glasses? On my head. This was $8.99, but I used my 40% off coupon for this because the wreath forms were not on sale. Everything else I purchased was on sale, the lamb's ear and the red berries. And I just got, and I'll show you those things when we turn the camera here in just a second. But that is all that is going to go in this wreath. Is just, I'm going to make a swag of the lamb's ear, and then I'm going to put red berries in with it, and we're going to put the bow in the middle, and that's going to be this wreath. That's all she wants. She wants it very simple. So this will be a really good video for beginners. I am going to do a funky bow for this wreath, but I only had one roll of a buffalo check ribbon left like this. This feels like heavy and nice, and I had this down in my coffers. Now I did buy a roll from Hobby Lobby this morning, but it is very thin and I was very worried about it. And I thought I might have one downstairs, and I did. But the only problem was I have used the entire roll, and it was a new roll of, I mean, I opened it up. It was new, but it was only 15 feet. So I got 7 strips of ribbon cut, and I have one that is, I want tails on the ribbon, so that's why I had to leave one out. That is about 25 inches long that I'm going to fold in half and use as a tail at the end of the funky bow. But I have 7 strips. So we're going to make a 7-loop funky bow for this one. It's okay. So let me turn the camera around, and we are going to do a very quick funky bow tutorial, and then we're going to put this wreath together, and I don't think it's going to take us very long. So I have myself a pipe cleaner and my 7 strips of ribbon. I've got my hot glue gun plugged in here beside me. I've got my snippers ready to go. So we've got all we need, I think, to do this. So let me turn you over here, and we'll get started making this bow and this wreath. So here we go. Oh, I wanted to tell you that here's the lamb's ear. The lamb's ear was $5.99 a tuft. I got the long tufts of lamb's ear, and I'll tell you how much the berries were in just a second. So here we go. I've got, like I said, I have 7 strips of red and black buffalo check ribbon cut at 22 inches long a piece. And so I'm going to do somewhat of a pattern, except for the very last strip I add in. So we're going to start, and we're going to fold the first piece of ribbon right in half. We're going to straighten it out. We're going to go to about 5 3/4 inches, and we're going to pinch it together right at that point. And then we're going to turn that back loop forward because I want, texturally speaking, the right side of the ribbon to be moving in the same direction, at least when I make the bow. Okay, so I'm going to set myself up a little pattern here and just do 2 loops up, 5 3/4. And then the next time through my pattern, I'm going to put the next 2 loops down. 2 loops up, 2 loops down from my thumb, which is the center of the bow. Okay, we're going to pretend that's the center of the bow. So here we go with our 3rd loop, flattening it. I'm going to do about 3, 5 3/4, flipping it around, accordion it in, side by side by side. See that? Not piling it underneath or on top, but side by side by side. Turning that back tail to bring the right side forward. And then 5 3/4. We're going to turn that loop down from center and accordion it in. Side by side by side. And then next two, we're going to turn them up from center. And then we only have one more after this. And we're going to go ahead and turn it down from center. Here we go, last one. Turn it down from center. I pulled them out to be about 6 inches. I like the 6 inch. I really wanted them to be about 6 inches. So I just gave each one of them a tug, which is not a big deal. Wanted it to be a little bigger, okay? Now, here, we're gonna take this little last piece we have, we're gonna fold it in half, and we're gonna add it right to the mix, and that will be our two tails. See that? So there we go. We're gonna take our black pipe cleaner, we're gonna lay it over the center, we're gonna lift go to about the center of the pipe cleaner, and then go to about the center of the bow, grab a hold of it, pull the bottom around the bottom and the top around the top, and use your hand that you use to hold the ribbons as resistance. Pull against it and get these fingers up that you manipulated the loops with. Move this hand around and kind of really pinch and twist, 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 twist. Twist the bow, twist the pipe cleaner. And there we go. We've got the beginning of a beautiful funky bow. Now we're going to start fluffing, and I have 7 loops that I'm fluffing, and I've got some tails that I'm letting just kind of go where they will in the bow. And there we go. And I will manipulate this more when I get it onto the little swag that we're fixing to make. Isn't that pretty? That's going to make a big statement on her door, isn't it? This is for her outdoor. You're going to hang outdoors. They have a little covering so it won't get wet. But there we go. Isn't that pretty? I think this is going to be pretty. All right, so let's get my scissors out of the way here. My glasses back on my head, and put the bow over there a little bit for a little while, and got my cable ties, tie wraps, or whatever. You know what, Danielle, I meant to tell you this. Danielle, and I forgot to use these, told me about these last week. Sometime we were texting. She told me, she says, Arlene, you need to get yourself some of these. These work really well for bows. Well, here they are right in here, and I forgot to use them. And what these are just pieces of wire. Doesn't say what gauge. I think it's 8 gauge wire or something. They're kind of, hang on. Oh, I can see where they would work, yeah. Look at that. That would work really well. All right, well, I will try these in my next bow, whenever that will be, and we know that probably won't be too long. So, I am a creature of habit, and I've used pipe cleaners for so long I forgot I had those. So here I am with my cable ties, zip ties, or whatever you call these. These are a very important piece of the puzzle when it comes to my wreaths that I make. Oops, I'm gonna try to grab for the white ones here. I don't have a lot of white ones left. We need to order some white ones. I'm gonna have to use some black ones, obviously. So, All right, I'm just gonna pull out those 4 white and use those where I think you might be able to see. Okay, first thing I wanna do is get these lamb's ear stalks over here. I bought 10, yes, 10 lamb's ear stalks here. And I want to put, sorry, this poor thing. There's the wreath form. Look at that puppy. It's pretty big. Hence why I bought 10. So I want 5 pointed in one direction, and I want 5 pointed in the other. And I'm just going to kind of pile them, but yet I'm going to put one a little bit lower than the next one as I pile them on, or pile them together. See what I'm doing? I'm just moving this next one down ever so slightly. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and ever so slightly 5. So that is going to be one end of the swag. I think I'm going to try that again. Let's try that again. I'm going to start there. Then I want to move it down just ever so slightly. Put it kind of on this side and down just ever so slightly. I don't know how far that is, you guys. I'm just eyeballing this. 1, 2, 3. And 4. And 5. And there we go, that looks pretty. Okay, now I am going to tie wrap just these together so we can do the same thing again, and we're going to point them the opposite direction. And I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. Tie these together so they don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to take these and I'm going to try to do the same thing. I'm going to try to mimic exactly what I did on this side. Just down a little bit further. I've never made one of these like this with lamb's ear, you guys, so bear with me here. I'm winging it. 3, and then down a little bit further, 4, and then down just a little bit further, and that's 5. See that? Is that about the same? I think so. Yeah. Okay, so I want to get another tie wrap, whoops, or cable tie, and tie these together. And I want to okay, now what I want to do is I want to turn them on one another like this. I'm going to have to cut the stems down somewhat. Let me do that first. Start there. Didn't have sore hands before. I will now. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to snug these two up beside one another. See that? And the bow is going to go right in the middle. So I want them pretty close together. And then I'm going to put them in one fell swoop up on the wreath. I want these pretty close together. So that'll do it. I'm going to use black this time. Now, I'm not sure if I want to put this on the wreath and then add the red. Probably so. Or if I want to try to add some red to this, I think I'd rather have it on the wreath. Okay. And then I just want to attach the bow to this. Now, the way I've been attaching my bows as of late is I take a cable tie, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut this pipe cleaner down. And I take the cable tie and I feed the cable tie underneath the pipe cleaner that I use to close the bow with. And then I turn over my bow and I tie the bow on like this, because the cable tie will hold it onto the swag a lot better than the pipe cleaner will, trust me. So, kind of want it, this is gonna bend, so that should work. I pulled it tight up against, there's my tails. Yep, got it on right. I turn it over real quick. Of course, I just fixed the bow and now I smooshed it again. Okay, now, the way I'm going to put this on the wreath is I'm going to feed some cable ties in through the grapevine vines in a couple of paces, and then I'm just gonna put the cable ties around the vines and we're gonna tie the whole shebang onto the wreath just like this, okay? So I need to put you up some and we'll see if we can get this done. I really want this swag to kind of follow the wreath, so I kind of bend it a little bit. Oh, like that. And I want the tails to be hanging down. And I'm gonna set it on there just about like that. See that? Okay, well, let me see here. I've got it behind the, see, I've got it behind the stalks. And I'm just gonna feed this up through the wreath and catch it. And there we go. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Okay, that's about what she wanted, I think. Looks good. Except we need to add some red to it. So let me, need to put this down a little bit. This little easel is something I got from Hobby Lobby, and that's exactly what it is. It's just a little easel to like put your paintings on and paint your paintings. Okay, let's see. There we go. Now, I don't think that is going anywhere. Okay, let me turn it around and look at it for a second. I think it's fine. Love this. Okay, now let me cut up some red berries and see where they might end up. These each were $11.99, but they were 50% off. And let me cut up some red berries here. Okay. Now what I will do, I feel sure, is glue these in, you guys, once I get it, so that I have some berries in. I might tie them in a little bit. I think I need some more in the middle. But I'm liking this, it looks pretty. Huh? Get a couple more. There, they're falling out. I'm gonna have to put this, lay it down. Oops. I might need a little bit more lamb's ear behind the bow there. Hang on just a second. Let me go see if I can find me some lamb's ear. I'm gonna lay this down on the counter here. And that way I can work with these berries a little bit. I'm going to try to tie them in, I think. I'll probably speed through this part, you guys, because this will take me a little while. Okay, guys, I just have a little bit of a garland of lamb's ear here that I had in my coffers. I'm just going to add a little bit kind of behind the bow. Not that you'll even really be able to tell it's there so much, but I'll know it's there. I like it to stick up a little bit behind the bow. This is one of those times when we'll see how Orlin can solve this problem. I'm just going to use a tie wrap. And I'm going to kind of bend it. And tie it in on this side. And we're going to put another one underneath of it so that it'll hold it up. Okay, there we go. Now we'll see how that looks when I set it back up, but I think that's going to solve my problem, what I was seeing back there. All right, now let me see about this side with the berries. I'm going to play with but I just want to have enough berries in it. I think we need one more there. Down here a little further. As a matter of fact, I think I put them on the right down on the grapevine. I tied those to the lamb's ear. I'm going to do this one right down onto the grapevine. Candace didn't want any sign on this or anything like that. This is all she wanted. And that's what we're going for. There we go. And I had 2 little tufts in over there, so we're going to do 2 more over here too. Oh, I hardly have to touch it. It's looking pretty good. Fix the bow and cut the tails up. See what I mean about this? I'm glad I did that. That made me feel better. I might need to add some berries just up in there. But berries in the middle of the bow might look pretty, huh? I think that'll be pretty. Let me see what I can do with right here. Do I want any back there or not? The one she saw did not have berries around the back of it. Glue that in. Got my hot glue gun here. Put some right around the stalk there. And I'm going to glue this in to the bow. And there's one over here too, wasn't there? Yeah. There we go. Just 2 tough tails. I think that's about it, y'all. I think. All right, let me get all set up over here and I'll come back and look at you for some final words. But I think it may have been more berries than what she was looking for, but from the road, I think it's going to be pretty. I think it's pretty. Little farmhousey looking Christmas wreath. Now, y'all could do this. See, this was not hard. Just took a little bit of gumption, you know, to get the berries put in. Okie dokie, everybody, here we go. This is the finished product, and I love it. I'm very happy with how this worked out. And really cute, and it is exactly what she was looking for, and I texted her a picture, and she was like, pretty, I love it. So I'm like, okay, good, that's what she was looking for. So, you know, this will go right on her front door on Thanksgiving Day, I would imagine. So here we go, a little wreath for a beginner, because I'm telling you, I think you guys could handle this. You beginning wreath makers, I think you could. And remember, I hardly used any glue. I just used cable ties, or whatever you call them, cable ties or zip ties. And I only glued just a couple of things, the berries in the bow, and then a couple of other things, and that was it. So this is kind of a glueless wreath, honestly. So I'm not going to put a holder on the back of it, like, you know, like a hook or anything with a, I just don't need to do that because we've given her one of the over-the-door adjustable wreath hangers. You can find those linked in my Amazon shop. I think they're in a idea gift list all by themselves. So, but anyway, I'm super happy with it. She's super happy with it. That's all that counts, right? So, but I encourage you to try something like this, you guys. Just give it a try. And I wanted to talk to you a little about, to you beginners. Some of you out there who say, oh, Harlan, I could never do that. Yes, you could. You just need to have faith in yourself, faith in your eye, and faith in your ability, and you can do it. Try and try again. Don't ever give up. Those of you who are, I know there's a bunch of you girls out there working, and guys probably, working on honing your skills on the funky bow. You can do it. You will do it. A lot of you guys have posted them in my group as of late, and they look beautiful. You guys are doing great. Remember, you're crafting in your own home. You know, if you make a mistake, oh well, you made a mistake. It's okay. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay. Y'all have seen me do it plenty of times. So anyway, just give it a try. Just try it, because I have faith in you that you can do it. All right. I'm going to close this one out with some final words here and say, I hope that all is well with everyone. And for those of you who may be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits, hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.